What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling What Ifs. We're going to take a look through the fabric of space-time. We're going to peel it open and see what would have happened if these things happened.
What ifs came to be. V-U-U-K.
It's Vuck. It's not fuck, it's Vuck.
Says, what if Edge is not kicked at a Judgment Day, and ideas go original plan of 1 year with Balor gradually taking over.
You just said Balor like I say lie. You're
Balor.
What if Edge is not kicked out and they go with the original plan of Balor gradually taking over?
Does also assume that they go with the original plan whereas they're supernatural entities?
You know, I'll be honest, like if they did, because they had that Hell in a Cell match.
Let me ask you this. If Judgment Day, Edge, Finn, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, all stayed as one unit for a year and they had supernatural abilities, what would each of their supernatural ability be?
Edge would be he would have the ability to fall
from great heights without incurring any bodily harm is what you want to say. Yeah,
trying to figure that one out. Balor's special ability would be, I see eye lasers when he goes, yeah, I want to see the eyes do the thing.
Good. All right, Damian.
Rhea, when she does the stomp of the stage, it's like
it's like an earthquake happens.
Yeah.
Good. And what about Damian Priest?
Huge hog.
Okay.
Just like ungodly. Well, but you know how like when they're really big, like they can't really get all the way hard?
Yeah. yeah.
His wood.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
I don't know why I did either.
I don't know why I said that.
Well, I mean, it's the power.
Everybody keeps on talking about how he's a bisexual Undertaker, so my mind went there.
But what I don't know. I mean, if let's try to get back to the question.
Sorry.
Well, Edge was just, I mean,
it all sucked.
Edge was boring.
It all sucked.
When Edge was trying to be like, have a bunch of mystique and then started talking shit about the city's sports teams in that town, it was such mundane insults for seemingly the highbrow idea they had for Judgment Day.
I know.
It just sucked all the oomph out of it.
It did.
And it wasn't very good. It only got good after Edge left.
Yeah. That being said, if he had stuck around, I mean, they had the whole feud. If Triple H wanted to keep Edge in the group, maybe they could have gotten to the point where it's like, oh, their chemistry was really good. Mm-hmm. And because here's the thing, I really like Edge seemingly as a human being. Like, I don't know the guy, but whenever he just sort of talks like a normal dude, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So like, but it just never, for me, it just doesn't translate to like, oh, I'm a menacing character.
Oh, I'm a menacing character with great mystique. No, you're a dude who likes Pearl Jam.
Okay,
come on.
But here's the thing though. If you allowed him to stay and they developed the same kind of chemistry to where they got to the point where when Liv is giving Dom those stretches and they all pop their heads in, Edge is good in those situations.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know how you get from one point to the next point.
I don't know.
Keeping it compelling.
I don't know either.
But I don't know. I think there might be a universe out there where Judgment Day is wildly over with Edge still in the group. I think it might be, a couple layers of multiverse removed from us.
Yeah.
But
several.
Yeah.
Many. True World Order says, what if the original plans for WrestleMania 30 had gone down? Batista Orton, Daniel Bryan Sheamus, Punk Triple H, The Rock and Brock Lesnar. Who faces Undertaker, and where do you go creatively after Mania? Well, Batista had been your world champion, I'm sure. Would have beat Orton for that belt.
Yeah.
So Dave would have had a short title run before leaving again.
Would he have left again?
Probably. I don't think.
Eventually he would have. Yeah. But he beat feet pretty quick.
He did, because
Blue Tista.
He probably was like, this sucks.
Yeah, he didn't seem too happy at the time.
No.
Who takes on Undertaker?
So Brock Rock.
Was that a real thing?
I guess.
Okay, let's just say it was a real thing.
Undertaker. Who? So Cena and
Bray
were on that card. Have Roman take on the Undertaker.
Oh, there you go. 3 years early.
Yeah, I think the Shield were on the card, but still.
It was like probably Shield versus
it was Kane. And
Oh, it was like the Authority?
yeah, was it Kane and New Age Outlaws?
That sounds like it might be right. Yeah, that's terrible. Don't do that.
And they beat him super quick, which makes sense because the Shield were the exciting, talented new team, and their opponents were all old. Mm-hmm. They should have beat him quickly.
Was Dean the U.S. champion at the time?
Probably had that belt pretty much the entire time he was in the Shield, brother.
All right, so you have Dean do a U.S. title championship against Zack Ryder or something. And then you get the Shield versus the Brothers of Destruction.
There you go.
There you go. I did it. Let's see here. Elite Pigeon says, what if the Alliance was victorious at Survivor Series 2001? And I guess it just would have been WCW, ECW.
Yeah, that's what it would have been. They would have rebranded the whole company. Right after they got the F out, they rebranded WCW.
This is what would have happened.
Oh, look at that. It was Kane and New Age Outlaws in a 3-minute match.
Oh, my God. This is what you do. Really? New Age Outlaws in a 3-minute match? They're all
the Shield wiped the floor at them, of course.
Yeah,
That's what should have happened.
Yeah, they actually got that one right.
Yeah.
If the Alliance, I hate doing such a short answer here, but if the Alliance was victorious in Survivor Series, then Team WWF would have beat them at the Royal Rumble or something. Like, it just would have been the next pay-per-view.
At the end of the day, WWF would have won.
Because this what if is like that Vince was never gonna do WCW ECW presents Karate Fighters Royal Rumble. Let's see here. What if let's see, who is this? June. This is a really long name. Jun Adam says, what if CM Punk never joined AEW? I think it probably would have been seen like here's the thing. Do you agree with this? CM Punk kind of made AEW come off like legitimate, more legitimate than they had in the past, more mainstream.
I don't know about more legitimate or more mainstream. I think they accomplished, as much as I don't like Chris Jericho, I think they accomplished a lot of that by at launch having Chris Jericho at the company, and then shortly thereafter John Moxley. Someone, in the case with Mox, someone who just came out of a pretty successful run with WWE,
former WWE U.S. champion.
Yeah, a long time WWE U.S. champion, John Moxley, Chris Jericho.
Who can forget his epic rivalry with Zack Ryder at WrestleMania 30? Didn't Ryder win the Intercontinental Championship then?
I think so, and then lost it the next day on Raw.
There you go.
I think that was the importance of having Jericho involved with AEW at the start, was that it legitimized them. This isn't some fly-by-night company. At least it wouldn't seem that way based on having someone like Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but Punk was such a big deal. I'm not saying they weren't seen as legitimate. I'm just saying, like...
Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. You're taking the scenic route.
You had Adam Cole and Brian. But there was that time in 2021 where it was like, all right, if AEW is not necessarily competition with WWE for ratings and whatnot, they are for talent. And Punk kind of really jump-started that because he showed up that August, and then Cole and Danielson at All In that September. So there was that string there where it seemed like the tide was kind of turning. That was a fulcrum point in terms of momentum of the wrestling business, because at that point, WWE was kind of shit.
They were like within 500,000, I think, of Raw's ratings.
Yeah, so it felt like, that could seriously tip things in AEW's favor.
Yeah.
Of course, all that got pissed away through a variety of reasons, but it just seemed like it was a pivot point there potentially where AEW, they were never going to beat WWE in the ratings, but in terms of cool factor, getting talent, having all the momentum. I think that was the advantage they gained by signing CM Punk. Not so much legitimacy. I think they had that.
You just described legitimacy, though. You just described what I'm talking about. You just said it in a really long way.
I used different words. I think the legitimacy was already there with
I mean, they were a legitimate company. They had
Jericho
to show
and Mox.
But to take that next step, to become legitimate enough that talent would be like Adam Cole would be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to stick with WWE.
They were going to cut his hair and change his name and make him a manager. Why would he stay there?
Because they're going to cut my hair and change my name and make me a manager. So I'm going to these other guys. To me, that's in the eyes of the talent. This is a legitimate place where I can have a high profile. I can have, all this stuff. Now, if Cole and Danielson had gone there anyways, which they probably would have because they were going to cut his hair, change his name, and have him be a manager, and Punk wasn't there, I still think that they would have been seen as, okay, this is a legitimate place for talent to go.
Yeah.
But Punk got him into ESPN. He really amped up the perception of that company.
Yeah, it's because he was gone for a long time too.
Now, do you think
It's the
at this point,
excitement of him coming back,
everybody knowing your thoughts on CM Punk,
I have
because
no
you made
problem
them
with CM Punk.
very obvious.
I have no problem with CM Punk.
Do you
Don't
think
roll your eyes at me.
in the end,
Don't roll your eyes at me.
I didn't. I just made a sound. I went.
But there, I see the monitor. You did this.
I didn't roll my eyes.
That's pretty much an eye roll. He just did it again.
Do you think CM Punk was a net positive or net negative?
Net positive.
Yeah, of course. All right. Let's see here. What other?
Oh, did I put any more on there?
I don't know.
Making me seem like I have a strong dislike for CM Punk.
You can roll your eyes at me if you want to.
Oh, I do all the time. Don't worry about it.
I know. Let's see here. That's it for Wrestling What Ifs.
That's it.
We have no more Wrestling What Ifs. Thanks for sending yours in. Be sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that like button and you leave lots of comments because the algorithm likes comments.
Yeah.
I'm going to eye roll the algorithm now. That's an eye roll we can agree on. Algorithm.